wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant, I don't even...
Hey y'all, how we doing? Welcome to episode 70 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Now, first and foremost, I do want to apologize for not being able to get the Thursday night pick'ems out in a timely manner or record this episode before being able to post that. I believe at the time of this recording, I did have the Seahawks beating the Cardinals, and so far we are 1-0 on Week 4 NFL pick'ems. Now, at the time of this recording as well, this video is going to be uploaded the Sunday of Week 4 NFL schedule, most likely, because, you know, first and foremost, with the rest of the slate of the games, let's just get into it. We have the Vikings-Steelers International 8:30 a.m. game. Who do I have winning this game and why? So it's going to be Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers versus, I believe, Carson Wentz is starting again for the Vikings. You know, I'm not trying to have bias determine who I'm going to have win this game, but I am going to take I'm kind of contradicting myself here because I am taking the Vikings to win this game. Now, the next game on the slate is the Commanders and the Falcons. So on one side, you got the Falcons, which have Bijan Robinson, Mooney, I believe he's still with the team, Drake London, Penix. But on the other side, you have the Commanders, who I believe Jaden Daniels is out again, which is unfortunate because the league is a better place when Jaden Daniels, that kid Jaden, is able to play the game. So, who do I have winning this game and why? I believe McLaurin is hurt as well in this game. So, originally, I had the Commanders winning this game, and I'm going to go gut over mind here, and I'm still going to take the Commanders to win this game. Then, we have the best team so far in the AFC West, the Los Angeles Chargers, going up against the Giants. I do believe the Chargers at the time of this recording, and I have a lot of Chargers friends, so they are going to be very happy to hear this, are 3-0. They play the New York Giants, who, you know, they got talent, but they are shifting from Russell Wilson to Jackson Dart. So yeah, we're bringing in a rookie quarterback, which I'm not mad at because that does work. You look at the Ravens right back in 2018, Joe Flacco, the wily veteran, he gets injured. You know, he's, I don't want to say a shell of his former self, but I think the last great season he had was 2014 under Gary Kubiak. Enter Lamar Jackson, and here we are 7-8 years later, 2 MVPs, a AFC Conference Championship appearance, you know. The man statistically had his best season last year. But I say that to say that this is a shift in the right direction. Now, who do I have winning this game and why? I have the Los Angeles Chargers going on 2-4-0. Because, you know, Greg Roman, not the biggest fan of him. I've been on record saying I am not the biggest fan of Greg Roman as an OC. This is not something I try to hide. This is not something I try to shy away from. Not sponsored, by the way. Would be cool, right? But, anywho, I'm taking the Chargers to go, sorry about that, y'all. Taking the Chargers to go 4-0. Now, we got the Titans and the Texans, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at the time of this recording, the Texans are 0-3. The Titans, I'm not sure exactly what their record is, but I am taking the Texans to get their first win of the season. You know, it's funny because I'm in a couple different fantasy leagues, and one of the leagues I'm in, I am 0-3. So that league, I completely blew up. I traded Bowers away. Yes, some of y'all are going to say that's an idiotic move on my part, but for that league, I am building for the future. So I got a bunch of draft picks back, capital, traded Mahomes because, you know, shout out my boy Sammy. owed him one, so. And I may be trading Stroud too, but I say all that to say I have the Texans winning their first game of the season. Bucks Eagles. Now this is a game that I have struggled with because on one hand, Mike Evans is out, and Mike Evans being out, you're like, oh, well, advantage Eagles, right? But on the other hand, I want to say this is the Eagles' most challenging game they faced so far. So, do I have the Eagles going undefeated? No, I don't. And I think this is going to be where I hand the Eagles their first L of the season. I believe Chris Godwin is supposed to be coming back for the Buccaneers, so advantage them. Panthers, Patriots is the next one on the agenda. But yeah, that is my reasoning for taking the Buccaneers. And also the Bucks have a stellar defense. Vita Vea, guys like that. So Panthers, Patriots, Drake May has looked decent this year. I'm taking the Patriots. There's not much to say there. Saints, Bills, the reigning league MVP, Josh Allen, James Cook. The Bills are a great football team. I'm not going to take that away from them. So, I am taking, I believe they ruled out Ed Oliver and whatnot. So I am taking them over the Saints, Browns, Lions. Now, these are the two teams that my team played these last couple of games. The Browns have a great defense. The Lions have a great offense. So we are going to see two battle-tested teams. But the Lions made my Ravens look like preschoolers. There's no other way around that. I am taking the Detroit Lions over the Cleveland Browns. I believe their offense is going to be clicking on all cylinders once again. 49ers, Jags. I am going to take the Niners over the Jags. Colts, Rams. Now this one is interesting because Danny Dimes, Indiana Jones, Vanilla Vic, however you want to spin it, he has been putting on a clinic. And honestly, the Rams are a damn good football team too. It's not to take anything away from them. But at the time of recording, I do have the Rams over the Colts. I wouldn't be surprised if that goes the other way, though. And then we have the Bears and the Raiders. Now, these two teams, I want to say they're evenly matched. But I am taking the Raiders over the Bears. Then you got the Ravens at the Chiefs. And I said on last week's episode, because I believe, we were getting into bias territory. We were getting into homer territory, which is, oh, yo, D, you're picking the Ravens because they're your team, they're your team, they're your team. And so far on the season, I was optimistic with the Bills game. I had it right on the Browns game. I think I picked us to win. I might have picked us to lose because I was, a little upset with the team. But who do I have winning this game and why? Y'all aren't going to like it. Obviously, the Ravens are my team. I am from Baltimore. That is not something I shy away from. Obviously, you can tell. But I did say on last week's episode, regardless of the outcome of last week's game, I was picking the Ravens to lose this game. Because one, here are some notes. Positive. We are getting Isaiah Likely back, which means we can run more 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets. Opens the playbook for Todd Monken. Downside. We just put Matabike and Broderick Washington on IR, which means they are, at minimum, missing the next 4 games. Now, I do not trust Zach Orr as a defensive coordinator. Y'all remember how earlier in this episode I said that Greg Roman was not my favorite OC and I had beef with him? Zach Orr is slowly starting to ascend my DC hate list, or my coordinator hate list, I should say. I don't think Zach Orr is a bad coach, but I don't think he's ready for this. And the reason I say all that is because you look at the top tier offenses in the league. You look at the Bills, blew a lead. You look at the Lions, blew a lead. Or I don't even know if the Ravens ever had the lead in that game. But I am taking the Chiefs over the Ravens. Also, because I'm saying this, does not mean I'm an end of the bar fan, as John Harbaugh has said in the past. It does not mean we are spoiled, and I speak for the Ravens flock when I say this. What it means is, we have been a blueprint of a phenomenal defense for the past 29 years of our existence, right? But now, the offense is our identity. Maybe I'd say 28, because we're seeing 1996 version of the Ravens on the field. Offense, phenomenal, can score, great, love that. To win Super Bowls in the NFL, you have to have a balance of a great offense and a great defense. And right now, that is not where the Ravens are. Then we get into some interesting stuff. We got your Sunday night football game, which is Micah Parsons' return to his old team. He won't be playing for them, but he will be facing them. So it's going to be Micah Parsons and the Green Bay Packers versus Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. Now, disadvantaged Cowboys, CeeDee Lamb is now out for the next 4 to 6 weeks. George Pickens, you want to be that number one receiver. You want to prove yourself. You want to get out there. Now's your time to do it. You didn't get that opportunity in Pittsburgh. Or you did, but, they traded you, they discarded you, and they traded for DK Metcalf. So now you get to show the world who you are. Do apologize about that, though. So, who do I have winning this game and why? Now, for those of you who know me, it will always be the Baltimore Ravens until the casket drops. This is home. This is the one connection I still have to home. But the Packers are my NFC team, and that is not something I've tried to hide or shy away from anyone who's asked. I am taking the Green Bay Packers to win this game. Then we get into the Monday night games, which ESPN, I got beef with y'all. A couple different things, actually. Y'all take away the wrestling streaming services for Peacock and make your own app, which is expensive as hell. And now y'all have this habit of doing these double-header games. So we got the Broncos and the Bengals, and we got the Jets and the Dolphins. Now, Bengals spark note. Joe Burrow is hurt. Their backup quarterback's good, though. Denver, I don't know what's going on with Denver. But I am taking Bo Nix. I am taking the Broncos to win that game. And then the other game is the Jets and the Dolphins, which I think this is part of the rivalry series. We got our first look at that Thursday night. We'll get our second look at that Sunday night, which here's my beef with that. My beef with that is the Ravens and the Steelers have to wait another 3 years. 3 years to get their rivalry jersey. Hate to see it, but taking the Dolphins over the Jets in that game, which Justin Fields is cleared to play for that game. So this is Week 4 NFL Pickems. Let's talk about stuff that's coming up on the channel, because I'm about to be a lot more active with the channel, right? This is something I'm trying to turn into a career, something I'm trying to pursue. I want to say since at least when I was in college, this is something I knew I wanted to do. So that was like 2018, 2019, you know. And then to have something, it's going to sound like a little bit of a tangent, and I do apologize for that, y'all. But when I was in school, I was passionate about it. I was going for something I was passionate about. And then I'm not even going to say due to circumstances, but things happened. The program I was going for was cut. So to have something you want to work out and you want to do, it's a different type of hurt. It's a different type of sting, but it is what it is. And yeah, back to what we were talking about. Things coming up on the channel. Basketball season is right around the corner. We will be doing an NBA opening episode like we do in years past. The one thing I did not get to do this year that I would have liked to do is the what's it called? The AFC and NFC prediction videos. I did not get to put those out over the summer, you know, and part of me kind of wishes I would have did that, because this helps my mind focus when, you know, that's needed. So other things coming up on the channel. Baseball's around the corner. The Orioles suck. Probably won't be doing a baseball episode anytime soon. Not until next year, at least. Player profile episodes. I got 2 in mind that I want to do already. The Kobe Bryant one, I have picked a date for that one. We're going to wait until the anniversary of his passing, just because I feel like it would be fitting to do the episode then. The other one is going to be my favorite quarterback in the NFL, which a lot of y'all would be like, it's Lamar Jackson, right? Currently, yes, but my all-time favorite quarterback is Peyton Manning. So I want to do a player profile episode on his legacy and what he brought to the game. Other than that, this has been episode 70. This is going to be, oh, wait. Before we get into that, we are doing our second giveaway on this channel once we hit 500 subscribers. I've said it a lot. I've advertised it a lot. Once we get to 500 subscribers, the winner of the second giveaway of the Fourth Down Forum podcast will be winning either a mini helmet of their favorite NFL or their favorite collegiate team. So, you know, same way I did the first giveaway, we'll put the rules on the socials and the community page once we get into that, you know. But other than that, this has been episode 70 of the Fourth Down Forum podcast. Thank y'all for the love. Thank y'all for the support. I appreciate it. We're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep going. We're going to make these dreams a reality one way or another. Much love, and I will see y'all back here for episode 71, which will most likely be your Week 5 NFL Pickems.
Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces.